Hello to all the channel subscribers. Before we start the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and our movie begins with a handsome young man named Jack, who is 23 years old. Jack was a professional painter, and later he met a lawyer named Rafi, who was 35 years old. Rafi had gone through a very tough time after separating from her husband, following 9 years of marriage. Feeling lonely at home, she decided to visit a therapist to talk about her feelings, hoping it might help her. The therapist advised her to stop dwelling on the past and start a new, normal life, suggesting that she might meet someone loyal in the future. She also encouraged Rafi to focus on her job as a lawyer, and make use of her time by working. On the other hand, Jack spent most of his time with his best friend, Morris. Since both of them had failed to form romantic relationships, Morris suggested that they go to the house of the girl who had previously rejected him, and throw a cake in her face. The girl's friends ended up chasing Jack and Morris. In the evening, Jack and Rafi went to the cinema together, thanks to a mutual friend. Despite the significant age difference between them, they felt a mutual attraction during the movie. When Jack returned home, he couldn't stop thinking about Rafi and asked their mutual friend for her phone number. Despite his fear of being rejected, just like Morris, he eventually decided to call her. When Jack called Rafi, she immediately recognized his voice. He expressed his admiration for her and invited her to dinner, and she agreed. During dinner, they discovered many things in common. After dinner, Jack drove Rafi home, and on the way, they talked for a long time. When they arrived at her place, Jack complimented her taste in home decor and admired the paintings on the walls. Rafi went to the kitchen to get him a drink, but Jack followed her there, and they ended up having an intimate encounter. Afterward, Jack returned home and told his mother, Dr. Eliza, that he had met a very beautiful woman and found the love of his life. At this point, we discover that his mother, Eliza, is the same therapist that Rafi had been visiting. Jack told his mother that the woman he loves is only 4 years older than him, as Rafi had told him she was 27, but in reality, she was 35. His mother warned him that being with an older woman might not be ideal, but Jack insisted that age didn't matter to him and that he loved her. Later, Rafi confessed her real age to Jack and apologized. Despite being shocked by the age difference, Jack reassured her that age is just a number, and he would stay with her no matter what. Over time, their relationship grew deeper, and Jack decided to move in with her. Their bond became very strong, and they shared everything with each other. Rafi visited the therapist again and told her about her boyfriend, Jack, and how he was physically strong and genuinely loved her. Dr. Eliza suggested that fate might have led to her divorce, so that she could meet someone who truly appreciated her. Rafi felt very happy that she had regained her life, and realized she had to keep moving forward despite any difficulties. However, after some time, Dr. Eliza discovered that the man Rafi had been talking about was her own son, Jack, as all the descriptions matched: handsome, strong, an artist, and named Jack. Eliza was obviously upset and asked Rafi to leave, pretending she had another patient, but she was in shock. Eliza began changing her advice to Rafi, urging her to focus more on her work than her boyfriend, as he wouldn't benefit her in the long run. While treating another patient, Eliza couldn't stop thinking about her son, wasting his time with a woman 15 years older than him, neglecting his studies and future for her. But she decided to let things play out, believing Jack would eventually tire of her and leave. Meanwhile, Jack took Rafi to his art studio, where he showed her the paintings he had created, all expressing his love for her. Rafi was surprised by how much Jack loved her, and began to fear that he might leave her, taking her back to her boring old life. Afterward, they went home and had another intimate moment. The next day, Rafi visited the therapist again to talk about her adventures with Jack. Eliza felt a strong urge to reveal the truth but couldn't bring herself to do it. When Eliza returned home, she found Jack packing his things. When she asked why, he told her he was going on a week-long trip with his friends. That same day, Rafi told the therapist she wouldn't be able to attend her sessions for a week, because she was going on a romantic trip with Jack. Eliza realized her son had lied to her for the first time. Jack and Rafi went on the trip, living beautiful moments and enjoying their time together. But as the days passed, Jack's love for Rafi began to fade. While Rafi wanted to have a child, Jack told her that he was still too young to handle the responsibility of a child or family. Rafi was hurt by his words and shared her feelings with the therapist. That's when Eliza decided to reveal the truth and told Rafi that Jack was her son. Rafi was shocked and decided to leave. Afterward, Elisa called her son and told him that she knew about his relationship with Rafi, the older woman. Jack was furious that his mother had found out he'd been lying all this time. Because of his mother's words and the age gap between him and Rafi, Jack decided to end the relationship and focus on his studies, while Rafi would concentrate on her career. But after some time, Jack began to miss Rafi more and more because he still loved her. He went to Morris, and together they went to a nightclub, where Jack met his old friend, Luna. Jack drank until he passed out, and when he woke up, he found himself in Luna's bed. Later, they went to the supermarket together, where Jack ran into Rafi, bringing back old memories. Jack left Luna and went to Rafi's apartment, where they rekindled their relationship. As time passed, their relationship became stronger than before, and they began discussing the idea that age was just a number. Jack took Rafi to dinner with his family. Elisa hugged Rafi, saying she had missed her, signaling her acceptance of her son's choice. Jack and Rafi talked about having children and decided to have a baby in the near future. But later on, when Rafi visited the art studio with Jack, she discovered that he had cheated on her with Luna. Jack tried to explain that it had happened before they got back together, and that it was just a mistake that wouldn't happen again. But Rafi replied that someone who cheats once could cheat again, so she left him. Jack went to his mother and asked for advice. His mother told him he should apologize to Rafi, because she had been the reason for his success and focus on his studies and dreams, even helping him get a big art studio. Jack decided to go to Rafi's building and waited for her to calm down. When they met, he asked for her forgiveness, and told her he wanted to have a child with her and live together. Rafi forgave him, seeing that he was genuinely sorry, and hugged him. But she told him that love wasn't everything, and he had to take care of himself and pursue his dreams. The two parted ways. After a whole year of being apart, Jack passed by the restaurant where they had first dined together. He saw Rafi sitting alone. When she turned toward him, she smiled. Jack remembered the beautiful moments he had with her. And that's where our movie ends. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video.